Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so we just broadcasted the pre-hearing, which we will talk about here in a second. I'll kind of go through what you saw there, what that means, give you a little breakdown of what you're watching because it's a little strange. But they did post to the LRC's site there for the impeachment committee for Andy Beshear. They did post his recent response for when they asked for. They asked for more information. They did post what his response was, and so I wanted to kind of go through that with you guys. I'm gonna kind of go through it a little bit, tell you what it means, tell you what the next step is, because this response does open up our avenue for how we're going to swivel and what our strategy is for how we're going to start moving this forward. Okay, so what he responded with was so everyone responds kind of back and forth. I'll give you a quick rundown. So we alleged charges. He issued a defense. We responded to the defense. That caused the impeachment committee to want to find out about a couple charges. That was the church ban and the travel ban. So they asked the governor for all documents in the communication. Now, the documents we had were from an open records request that Allison Ball had from her investigation, as well as what we had from the Ramsick v. Beshear and the Nice decisions. So we had those open records there. And so that was included in our response. Well, the committee sent him a letter saying we need all communications in regards to this. They responded with a snarky response, the governor did, stating that the committee can't investigate him, which, by the way, the committee does have subpoenaing powers. And so that's super important as far as that goes. And the governor also, as well, has had tried to push back, restated his opinion that he isn't supposed to be convicted of it or impeached for it. He did it. He's guilty, but it's not impeachable in his opinion that he violated our First Amendment rights. So he responded again last week after they said, you are obstructing business. You need to respond with the stuff. So what he responded with, and I will throw it up here. Let me see how I can do this here. Here we go. Let me see. So I will throw that up there so you guys can see. So what we have here is his response. This is available on the LRC site. And so this is from, of course, his attorney Cubbage. So basically what he's saying here is that the committee requested more documents. But in the request, they had stated that they did not ask. They said you do not need to reproduce any documents that we, the petitioners, had already provided from the open records request. And so when that, so they're saying that when they sent their snarky remark about whatever, that they have no more documents to share. Only what we have as an open records request that we already have access to as citizens. That's all they have. And additionally, so this is what kind of to draw your attention to what he's saying. We have no additional responsive emails or letters. Specifically, there are no responsive phone logs, fax logs, or recordings. The records retention schedule for the Office of the Governor, promulgated by the Kentucky Department for Libraries and Archives, does not include phone logs, fax logs, or recordings. Our office, therefore, does not create or retain such records, and no records exist to produce. So what they're saying there is that he doesn't have anything else to share with us because it's not there. So apparently, only what the Libraries and Archives has is all the communications that is on file that the governor has regarding the communications about the church ban and the travel ban. Now, I'm not saying I don't know what's been deleted or not deleted, what he hasn't had to keep track of or what he hasn't. You know, I wouldn't be the first time this administration has deleted things they weren't supposed to. But what it does say is that there's no more evidence to be had through records, what's that mean? What is the impeachment committee's next step? Well, their next step should be, and this is what we're going to have our call to actions going out to you guys to request them to do. We're going to get this out there on some messages for you guys to share. But their call for action next is to, and also, by the way, real quick, shout out to the governor's tracker that's watching me right now. You, sir, are the real hero in all this, having to watch my ugly mug every day and report back to him what I'm saying. That being stated, so what our next step is going to be is we want the committee to subpoena witnesses, okay? Specifically, the ex-KSP chief that had been fired after this occurrence. Word on the street is he didn't really like a lot of the directives to begin with, and so he needs to be subpoenaed. So we'll get his name out there exactly. I was literally just looking up his name exactly what it was, and I forgot. So my bad there. But I'll get that posted. Point is he needs to be subpoenaed and questioned by the committee. The committee saw a charge. They want to investigate it. They want to learn more about it. They need to start now calling witnesses since there is no more record evidence. That's what they got to start doing. That's what we got to request them to do. Because the governor's saying, I don't have any more records. I don't have anything. What you, the citizens, who believes this? Just real quick. Who believes that all the records that exist in regards to the travel ban and the church ban are the same exact records that you and me, Joe Schmo, have access to? Who believes that? I don't believe that. If you believe that, listen, I got a bridge to sell you. I can tell you that much. I don't believe it. So we're going to get some subpoenaing out there as far as that goes, and we will be pushing for that. So we will be pushing the committee to do that. Now, we've had a very good a gift given to us in that the LRC is closed for the rest of the week. You cannot call, you can only email, but also the legislators are not meeting the rest of the week. This gives us a whole week's of time, not a whole week, but another 3-4 days for us to pivot and start hitting them really hard on calling witnesses. Additionally, do not let up on RPK, Republican Party of Kentucky. Keep the pressure on them themselves. They have said they do not want Beshear impeached. He's good for business for them, so we will keep the pressure on them to let them know. In fact, you know what? We might even add some pressure on Mitch McConnell's office because we all know he's pulling the strings for RPK in the first place. So maybe we hit Mitch McConnell's office and RPK to say, allow the committee to do their job, while at the same time, we're emailing the committee saying, hey, you need to be calling these witnesses. Specifically, you need to subpoena this gentleman here. We will get that out in a post for you here in a second that you can share around. We'll even provide the message that you can copy, paste, and send in to them. If the committee is truly committed, as they say, into fully investigating all this, what they will do is they'll start calling witnesses, and that's what we're going to hit them on.